I'm not in a very good mood. I'm handing over to KJ.
We are relegation. Say it with me, people. We are relegation. Because you saw two relegation teams go head to head, and guess what? There's a draw. Guess what? It was a basketball match. Guess what? Both teams had an XG of at least 2. The way that we play is in line with Burnley. It's in line with Luton. It's in line with Sheffield United, who have officially been relegated today, who've been beaten by 5-1 by Newcastle. We got to go to Newcastle. We got to go play Newcastle. We've got Brighton left, Crystal Palace, Arsenal, and of course, Man City in the final. No one can sit here and tell me that the way that we play, the way that we are coached, the way that these players are as profiles will even get us a single point in these games. We can lose all 5. We have 5 games left of the season, thank God, but we can lose all 5. And no one can give me an answer of how we're gonna get through. I don't care about injuries no more.
KJ, I don't know why you're shocked. Like,
why you're
shocked?
One second, bro. It's not shock.
Well,
it's not shock. We know what it is, but as an Inter fan, you can sit there and be happy because you win the league. But when you guys weren't winning leagues, when you guys were in the pits, you was fuming at every result. So let us have this time. So 2 seconds, please. We have been out profiled. We've been out squad built by Burnley. Do you know how insane that is? They spend how many millions a season? Nowhere near us in the transfer market, and their squad is better balanced. Their squad has got better technical ability. Their squad's got more speed, more desire, more hard work, more energy, more stamina, more football IQ. It's crazy. It's crazy. And then they've got a manager in company who's competent. He's got a system that suits his players. He's got a system that actually makes them play good football. And yes, they're going to get relegated. But our underlying stats are with them. This is what people need to understand. You don't have underlying stats of a relegation team if you're not playing like a relegation team. Like it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And today, these players are further again shows why they're not good enough. The manager shows again why he's not good enough. And when people say, "Oh, but the players are going to get a chance if Ten Hag goes," what? But all of that, all of them going at the same time. How about that? How about everyone get got? How about a good portion of the people get sold?
And that's it, KJ. And that's what I don't understand. And that's what I don't understand about the arguments of people. I'm not saying keep this squad. They're great. A manager will win us the Premier League. Like all the, I'm sorry to be rude. Like all the foolish people that said sack Ollie, we win the league. Said sack Jose, we win the league. Sack LVG, will win the league. I'm not saying that. I'm saying sack the manager because he's not good enough and remove most of these players. I don't understand their problem with that, KJ. Can you enlighten my brain? Because my brain is hurting right now.
You know what it is? They are going off. Oh, because of this happened in the past, that means everyone's going to get another chance. You know what's funny about that? You know how many players have had these miraculous chances that they're talking about in this squad right now? Is only a handful. Most of these players are new, have only played for one manager. Like, everyone acts like this is the same squad that LVG had and Jose had. It's not. Ollie has bought in players. Ten Hag's bought in players. And guess what? They've sold a load of players too. And yet we still have this thing of these players get the manager sacked. No, they don't. The managers get themselves sacked and the players get themselves sold because they're just not good enough. It's just simple. People need to let it go. We have a new structure. We have, for the first time in our history since Fergie, we're going to have a footballing structure. You really think they're sitting there like, you know what, yeah, we're just going to sack Ten Hag and just let none of these players, we're just not sell any of these players. We're just going to keep them all, because they deserve a new chance. No.
Yeah, I honestly, I know I said I weren't going to say anything more, but I am. I know that the world is polarized. I understand that in every, you say, oh, do you know what? I love tea. You saying coffee's crap. Oh, do you know what? I absolutely love cricket. You saying baseball shit. I don't know what it is with people. The world is weird. Like, genuinely, you say you like something and the reaction is so polarized. The manager's got to go. Most of these players have got to go. Surely Man United fans, Sky, should be agreeing on this.
Yes, I mean, that super chat took me out. I was shocked to hear somebody say that, we can't put the blame on the manager. Look at the substitution alone. I mean, there's other things you can look at, but he took off Mainu and left Eriksen on the pitch, whose legs were absolutely shot. Like, that alone is questionable to me. And it is on both, don't get me wrong, the players and the manager. But at this point, we are all in a toxic relationship with this club because we keep coming back expecting to see something different. And in reality, we're getting the same terrible, awful football week in and week out. Newcastle, who's 1 point behind us now, okay, beat Sheffield 5-1, and we could barely beat them. We drew 2-2 on Wednesday. This is a problem. I'm embarrassed, and I don't understand how people can actually genuinely back the football that they're watching with this manager. It is unacceptable for Man United to look like this. We are struggling against relegation side teams. This is not okay. I don't understand what people are seeing. To see, there's so many things. I mean, we started off well at the game, but then like 20 minutes in, Burnley just took over and we couldn't really catch up. And then to see us score, the fact that I, as a fan, know that we can concede at any minute, I'm not even confident in the fact that we have a win. And then we end up doing something so dumb with Onana punching a player, basically, for a penalty. It is what is going through our head when we're playing football. And again, it goes down to there's no structure, there's no leadership, because who's getting the team to just think and play and calm down and relax when we're on the pitch? These mistakes that we're making, they shouldn't be happening. We are Manchester United, and we look so bad. It's hard to watch.
Yeah, even with that penalty, like I know Terry was talking about it, and you say Onana, yeah. Can we talk about Cass, please? And it's not just about the header. The entire game, the last few months, the man's checked out, bruv. The man has checked out. Like, I am convinced he's playing against us. The penalty against Coventry, that header today, some of the passes that he's been doing through games. Cass don't want to be here, and that's cool. I get it, but don't stop playing the guy. I don't even care if you have to pick a 16-year-old centre back who's 5'4" to play in that position. Play him instead, because Cass ain't here. His head is gone. So you know what? Let him have head loss on the bench. Play Amrabat as centre back, like, please, because he's legit playing against us. I saw him at one point being up front, and I'm, brother, what are you doing? Get your ass back in the back line and do your flipping job. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Onana needs to be sold just for that, because he's done it twice now and he got away with one. But the way that Cass is just moving right now is now my head's gone, man. My head's gone.
No, before we come to Mo from a neutral point, Griggs, a shocking day today from players and manager. What was your thoughts on the performance and the game?
I mean, I kind of want to be shameless and just say it was a good point for the race for Europa, right? We're still 6th place. We're still avoiding Conference League. It's a great feeling, man. But nah, Casemiro's a funny guy, because the first 20 minutes were funny. I was seeing Casemiro at center back. He was doing everything. This guy thinks he's Ruud Gullit half the time. Remember Ruud Gullit at Chelsea? I saw some clips. This guy one day was playing center back. Next day he was in midfield. The next day he wanted to be a striker. That's Casemiro. He doesn't have a position. He just wants to be out there and just freestyle. So I'll give him that. The header was poor. I will blame him for that mostly. I think Onana, obviously, he's a rash goalkeeper, right? He just, when he makes decisions, he doesn't really think half the time. He's like, I'm just going to do whatever. But to be fair, he did make a lot of saves. And if it wasn't for him, we probably could have lost like 4-2 today. So I'll give him that benefit. Wan-Bissaka, bro, Crystal Palace. I'm begging Crystal Palace. Go get him back, man. 25.
Have you seen the border play? The border.
I know they do. They do play good ball. I was gonna actually mention that, because look at Crystal Palace, right? Olivier Glasner came in, the former Frankfurt manager, came into the club. Within a month, he has them playing champagne football. I'm seeing Adam Morton, the guy they got from Blackburn. He's playing like one of the best midfielders in the league. He dominated Bruno G on I think was it Wednesday. Today against Fulham, dominated that midfield again. That's class. I'm seeing that Munoz right back. Mateta is looking like a good goal scorer. Look at what he's doing, and look at us. Today, I saw a substitution. When was it like 60th minute when we brought on was it McTominay and Ahmad, and I saw Ahmad play false nine. I saw Anthony play false nine. I saw Bruno play false nine in the span of 20 minutes. That's just a manager that has no idea. He generally has no clue what he's doing. McTominay, it looks like he got injured. I feel bad for him because obviously he was meant to be crucial for Scotland in the Euros. And why did you bring on McTominay? You have two midfielders on the bench because Mason Mount was available today. Mount and Amrabat. You could have taken off Eriksen, and if you really want to take off Mainu because he's playing a lot of minutes, you could have brought on Amrabat for the 6, and you could have brought on Mount to play the 8, and you could have had Bruno in the 10. You could have done that. But instead, you brought on McTominay, who's been injured for the last couple of weeks. We all know that. It's been said that he hasn't really been doing in training. But you brought him on to save you against Burnley. Because Burnley, by the way, for the first 20 minutes, they saw they were playing United, and they said, okay, we'll respect them a little bit. And then after 20 minutes, you're like, this team is not good. So let's play ball against them. And they cooked us. It's the same thing as Coventry. Coventry eventually stopped respecting us, and they played ball. It's the same stuff. So every team that plays against United, for 20 minutes, you think like, oh, this is Manchester United. We have to show them some respect, especially at Old Trafford, right? And then 20 minutes in, they're like, this team is basically the same level as us. Let's just see if we can get something. That's where we are. Expected points table. We're still 15th. 15th. If it wasn't for having some good individuals have individual moments, because if you look at our goal catalog this year, by the way, put a top 10 goals, they're all bangers. We've scored some wonder goals. If you look back at the season, like, yo, why are we so bad? Look at the goals that we're scoring. They're fantastic. But they're all like 1-0 wins. That's what it is. This team is just so interim, man. Ole gonna show Scott, man. I know KJ brought up that point last week.
Wait.
Interim Ole, man. Bring the vibe. For last time. Ole in the suit. Ole in the suit. FA Cup final. We got something, man.
Oliver Montano, come on, man. Redemption is there.
I want to ask